So out of Geneva, we had the Concept ES car. I think you've seen it too, probably. One best in show concept car. Basically that was used to launch the new Volvo user experience that you see in the wall. So this is the Concept ES, and that will be the user experience of it is what we launch in our future products starting this year. So what you see is a touchscreen display combined with a play module for the most frequently used functions. Play, pause, volume up and down, and all defroster, simple functions like that. And that enables us to simplify and clean up in true tradition to Scandinavian design, to really have something uniquely different looking in the interior. As you can see in this design. We also have a fully graphical DIM with 3D turn-by-turn navigation, everything that you need right now in front of you. And then we have steering wheel controls, voice control for most of the functions, and everything you need to operate the car. So what's on here in this sculpture is basically what's running on this. So this is our new Volvo user experience. And what we wanted to do is that we want to make something that is really intuitive to understand where I am in the system. I don't want to get to a point where I'm lost in a menu system anywhere, so especially when driving. So we've been putting a lot of work into this, getting this just right. So basically we have a 4-tile system, and these tiles, they expand and contract depending on if you're using them. So this is the navigation function, and you can use this just like you're used to using on your mobile device or anything like that.
That's the embedded simple, correct?
Yes, this is the Volvo navigation. And then we have that. You can contract it again by pressing it, exposing again the 4-tile. We also have a home button that takes you to this view. So anywhere you are in the system, you always get back to this view. Here you can see kind of a top level view. You see the navigation is ongoing. You see where the next turn is. You see the music, which is the next one, and the radio features. So you get the sources and the songs, and you can easily select anything from the playlist and start playing it. This is slowly starting song. So and then you can have that available. So it's always there at a glance. We also have Bluetooth phone functionality for when you connect over Bluetooth with your contacts, and you can simply make a call. You get your different call lists easily accessible. So those are the 3 things that you use most of the time in the built-in system, so we keep them at the top level in our HMI. Always accessible as well are the climate functions at the lower end, the climate bar. So you can easily adjust the temperature. You can go in and adjust the ventilation any way you want to get it perfectly right. You can do quick selections in this for heated seats.
And so those are fixed components of the display itself.
Yes.
Not a separate display, but just fixed graphics.
Exactly. Right. So we use this. This is one display. We have a very advanced touch system, so you can touch it with gloves. So it's a light curtain in front of it. We have very good treatment on the glass, so it can be as nicely integrated without the bezel, but still be no reflections in it, or very limited. So we're doing that a lot to make this a really, really great in-car experience for that. Then we have car functions. We're the leaders in active safety and safety, so we have a lot of functions when it comes to driver assist and convenience. So you want to be able to configure them. So they actually hide here to the left. You can always go back either by home button or that. Then we have the different to the right. We have the applications, the Volvo apps and the media sources. So we don't want to clutter this thing up. So if there's something that's not there, you can always go here and find it. So basically you can access something here, it will open it in the tile, it should be. And then the 4th tile, that's really the driver or the user-oriented one. So you can choose what you want to have in there. If you got a favorite Volvo application, you can have it there, and it's always there. Or in the case if your favorite application is Apple CarPlay and you connect the phone over the cable, then Apple CarPlay will launch in the 4th tile. And as you can see, the other tiles are still there. So you can have it at a glance information and start using CarPlay as part of the HMI.
Okay, please. So the Apple CarPlay portion of it here, Everything you see here on the screen is presented to you by iPhone. So when you get in the car, plug it in. The idea is that you don't need to use your phone anymore. Everything that you use, all the features that you'd want to use in the car are available directly here. You'll see a lot of it is directly driven by Siri, which is Apple's intelligent assistant. So for example, if I want to place a phone call.
With whom would you like to speak?
Call Nancy Steele.
Calling Nancy Steele.
And so it'll place the call. I see a familiar iOS style interface. I'll cancel that. And because my iPhone is connected, I have access to all my favorites, my recents, my contacts. I can scroll through, find a name. So very easy to use. I can go into music, access my iTunes radio stations here, or I can go into playlists or artists that might be stored on my phone. I can just go in, scroll through, find something I like. Okay, I'll play this, and music starts playing. So the idea is to make this instantly familiar. So if you already know how to use your iPhone, you can use CarPlay without having to learn something new. Go into Maps. This will bring up the current location. So here I am on the map. It shows traffic. You can see it's pretty bad. I can go into select a destination. And because this is my iPhone, one of the neat features starting with iOS 7 is that if you have an incoming text message or an incoming email that contains an address, iPhone will automatically parse and find it. So the most recent ones appear right here in the list. So if you text me the address of a restaurant we're going to or an email, I just can select it from here and go. Now, of course, if I want something new, I can go in to Siri.
Where would you like to go?
Find the Apollo Theater.
I found 3 places matching the Apollo Theater a little ways from you.
So here are some options. I'll just pick the first one. Shows it to you on the map. And that looks right, so I'm going to go ahead and say start.
Starting route to Apollo Theater. Turn right onto 12th Avenue.
And it starts a turn-by-turn navigation session with turn information appearing on the left and the map in the background. Now if I go into messages, again, what you'll notice here is it's all Siri driven. We don't actually show textual information on the screen.
To whom shall I send this?
Scott Miller.
Okay, what do you want to say to Scott Miller?
Let's get lunch soon.
Your message to Scott Miller says, let's get lunch soon. Ready to send it?
Yeah, send it.
Okay, I'll send your message.
And so the message goes out. Here I have access to all the message history that's on, same thing that you have on your iPhone. The only difference is that when I tap into it, it's going to be Siri reading it out to you. You can't, again, we don't actually show messages here on the display itself.
I have a question.
Yes.
How does this map then integrate into the display here, like with the Volvo navigation system?
Right.
Or is
So
Apple just in the
yeah.
tablet here?
So CarPlay will show up here, and it's the maps from the phone that's going to appear right here on the screen.
So there's no porting to the other UI outputs.
No, there is information if you're using Siri, for example, that Siri, you're talking to Siri now. So if you press quickly on the voice, you will access the Volvo voice system. You will get information here, you will see information here, and here auditory response. If you're launching Siri, you will see that here, and obviously that CarPlay opens up and you show the interface there. So there is interaction, but for the for turn by turn, that is done through there and audio.